Hi there and welcome to our 7th session of Queer and D, where just a bunch of us get together and play Dungeons and Dragons for a few hours on a Saturday night. For this episode we unfortunately don't have Kristen or Mika Mouse, but hopefully in the next one we will. But we are going to have a little bit of fun here anyway. Just an announcement really, I guess. We will not have a session in 2 weeks' time due to adulting and other commitments and such, so our next episode will be in 4 weeks, but that'll just give you enough time to catch up on what's been happening so far if you haven't already. So hope you all enjoy.
I believe the last thing I said, what do you need?
Okay.
Yeah, where did we leave off? What even happened? We are making a deal with that lady who knows more information, but she wants us to do shit, and I said, don't worry, we'll do it.
Did we discuss this?
And I remember there was a fighting pit. That's what I remember.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Our heads were badly bashed.
That was most of last session was a fighting pit.
Yeah.
Speaking of fighting pits, last time you all went off and entered the warehouse and met Kadar for the first time, which is River's contact at this warehouse crime establishment, and they took you upstairs to arrange a meet with the leader, Raia, but it was agreed that the meeting would take place the following morning because she was busy, understandably, leading a crime syndicate. So you all decided to head downstairs and watch the fighting pit, which Leaf and Tix decided to take part in, while River went around and stealthily stole quite a few coin pouches. In the fighting pit you were up against 2 Goliaths, who you quickly dispatched after having your faces bashed into walls and all the good fun stuff that happens in a fighting pit, but you did leave victorious to collect your winnings, as well as coins and such that were thrown into the pit itself, and then you decided to head off towards a bathhouse to clean up, and then went back to Singing Dragon for the evening to do whatever it was that you wanted with your evenings there, whether it be reading books or cleaning up or anything like that, and then headed back to the warehouse for your meeting with Raia. Raia asked you all for a favour in return for the information that River requires, and that's where we left off. So you're all upstairs talking to Raia in the kind of balcony area of the wooden warehouse. It is the 5 of you, Raia and the 2 guards that were there the previous day. They are kind of stationed behind her with their weapons at their sides, ready in case anything does happen. And River has taken a seat in front of Raia, and Leaf had pulled a chair off and kind of dragged it over to sit down very awkwardly. And I think the rest of you were standing behind because there wasn't any mention of any of you sitting down.
I seem to recall intending to be standing behind River in one of these kind of poses.
Yeah.
You know, with the arms.
Yeah. And Raia
Matter of business.
just turned toward River and said, "You do me a favour, and I'll do you a favour."
What kind of favour?
I knew it was coming.
With a little eyebrow wiggle and everything.
And I said, what do you need? What's the favor?
She puts her papers, lifts them and puts them off to the side, looks towards the guards, nods to them. One of them goes off towards one of the side rooms. While you're all just sitting there, Rhea's not speaking or anything like that, just waiting. And he brings out a... Let me see, what were you again? was a half-elf, male half-elf with long black hair who doesn't look as though he's scruffily dressed, but he is kind of dressed in blacks and things like that. It looks as though what he's put on has just been thrown on very quickly that morning, and he's kind of brought out towards the main area here. The guard pushes him down into a seat next to Raia, and she looks at him, turns back to you all. This one here's gotten a spot of bother. So, 3 nights ago, at the annual party over at Lady Asta's, this guy here was hanging out with their nephew, and the nephew wound up murdered. He says he didn't do it. Guards are after him, so I need you to figure out who did it. Otherwise this guy's head's on the block.
It was Lady
Dun,
what?
dun. Let's try.
Lady what?
Insight check to see if,
Lady,
if
Lady
she's telling the truth.
Asta, A-S-T-A.
Huh? An insight check. No. Yes.
What are you doing an insight check for?
To see if she's telling the truth.
About this guy being, like, hunted for murdering the nephew?
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay. That is a 21.
Woo!
Looking at her and looking at the gentleman beside, she is telling the truth.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, I'm pulling out all my notes right now, just all the notes.
So I say, can you give us a second? And we kind of move away from all of them so
Okay.
we can talk.
So whispering is fine.
Look, I don't want to drag you into something you guys don't want to do. Are you up for this? Or
I'm always up for if somebody is being accused of something they didn't do.
Absolutely.
I'm always
Yeah.
up for them.
Absolutely.
I'm on board.
I'm in.
with that.
I'm
I
on
think we
board.
should definitely question him and get as much information as we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
shout.
And before we agree to do it, maybe agree on the terms of what she's going to give us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Secure that. Yeah.
Secure that, and then but I'm down to help an innocent person not go to jail.
Okay. So we go back.
Okay.
But we kind of shuffle back, turn around, hi. We
She's
have
just
chatted.
holding a tankard of ale in front of her, drinking deeply from it while looking at you all, trying to suss you all out, to kind of see what you're all about.
Is there any like food or fruit or anything on the tables?
No, the table's pretty empty apart from her tankard of ale and the papers that she'd moved off to the side.
So I sit down.
Hmm.
We agree to do this. If we agree to do this, what are the terms?
Well, you said you were looking for information about...
I feel like information is a little. I feel like we're going to need a little more compensation than just information if we're getting someone off the hook.
She looks over to the guy who's sitting beside her, the elf, and kind of nods, and he steps up and moves off to the side to be with the guard that brought him back in, so then she can like kind of move over and dominate the table a little bit more with her large dwarven frame. So this guy here's one of my top operatives. If you can get him off and find out who actually did this, not only will I give you information, but I can see about getting you an in.
In? Where?
And getting you an in with the folks in Arkmary that you're looking for.
What's your connection to them?
I've had some run-ins with them. They mostly operate out of Arkmary just now. They haven't expanded too far, but their reach is growing. So I have had some dealings with them and have some contacts there who could get you into the city unnoticed.
What about some monetary compensation?
She looks over to the guy again. Well, this guy here brings me in 1,000 gold a month. I'll double at that and give you 2 months of his wages.
Can you tell us about Lady Astra?
So Lady Asta, she is probably no more as Councilman Lady Asta. She's on the Queen's Council, on the small council. So she's very close to the Queen. She's one of her right-hand women. She is from Elands itself, but during the non-summer months when the Queen is here, she heads off to Cerithia and her nephews stay in Elands. So there's very close ties to the royal family with them.
She has 2 nephews?
Well, she did.
Yeah.
What's the name of the one that got killed?
The one that died was the older of the two. Actually, her heir, Ovid.
What was that? Sorry, spell that, please.
Ovid, like the poet.
Ovid, okay.
Ovid.
What was his deal?
He was lined up as her heir. She doesn't have any children of her own. He was set up to, in her stead, when she retires, take her place on the council.
But what kind of guy was he? What was he into?
He was, from what I hear, because I don't care too much for those circles, he used to be quite a party boy, but he was very close friends with the Queen's son.
Uh-huh. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, yeah. Friends.
What's the Queen's son's name?
The Queen's son is Geralt.
How you spell it?
Gelert. No, Gerlert, sorry, I think. Geralt. I'm trying to look up the spellings, it's not on the page I'm on. Geralt, sorry. I had to write it out. My spelling's not good today.
And I look at the guy that's being accused. Tell me what happened that night. What do you remember?
He kind of straightens himself up. The guard pushes him forward a little bit, almost like presenting him to you. We were just hanging out. I mean, it's the annual summer party at his aunt's house, so we were just hanging out, having drinks. Pretty much all the court was there. The prince was there. And we left to go and discuss something elsewhere. And I went back into the ballroom. and I left him there, but I saw a woman going in, and then after that no one saw him again till about 2 hours later when they found him in one of the upstairs rooms with his throat slit.
And you're just friends with him, or why were you there?
I'm just friends with him. I was trying to get close to get connections for Raia.
Inside check.
Go for it.
Good shit. That's 7.
Yeah.
7.
What he's telling you is pretty believable.
So he was the next heir. He ended up being murdered. The heir to the seat on the council. Do you know who is now lined up to take that spot? Is it his younger brother or is it someone
Yeah.
else?
I'd imagine it'd be his younger brother.
What's his younger brother's name?
Aimon. Aimon.
And what did the women look like that went into the room?
I didn't get a good look on her. But what I did see... Where was it? She was very pale. But from what I could see, she had long, wavy hair that was down, and she was very pale.
What color hair?
It was darker. Probably... It was not quite black, so more like a brown. It was quite dark up there. There was just a few candles.
While we're
Sure.
talking to him, just because it might be useful later, I'm making very strong mental notes of what this guy looks like in case
Okay.
in case we need it later. Like all the details I can make out. If he's got any scars, if he's got any
Yeah.
birthmarks that are slightly visible, like anything that I might need to know for later.
Also, what's his name?
Vander.
Vander.
Trying to be this.
What exactly do you said you were there to get connections, but what exactly do you do? What is the thing you do to bring in the money to this?
He's on the payroll.
Oh. What exactly does he do?
I
Like his job.
deal in state secrets.
You're the blackmailer.
Yeah.
Where were you when it happened? How do we know you didn't actually kill them?
I went back downstairs, but because I was the last one that saw him, he never came back down. They think it was me, but I was already back downstairs and then saw the woman go in.
Did I understand this right? He was actually beat up.
No, I don't know. He was fine.
Is there anything else you can tell us that stands out?
Any spells or any
Did you see anyone at the party?
shape-shifting?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been back in that room since, but maybe there's something there. But the room that we were in did have a balcony, so if she was the one that did it, she probably left through that balcony.
What side of the house is the balcony on?
It's on the back side of it.
Do they have a lot of guards?
Yeah, there would be a lot of guards. Normally, with it being a party, there was more, but they were more so stationed at the main entrance and
Okay.
in the ballroom.
Mhm.
I looked at everyone and I was like, well, what do you want to do?
And investigate the room if we can.
One more question for you, Vander.
Yeah.
Do you have any identifying marks on your body that I might need to know about? I just need to know if we're gonna clear you, I need all the information I can get on you.
Well, I mean,
Anything I can see about you that I should know?
It's in your pants, bro.
I look at Tix and I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like looking at like it's not like a kind of ratty shirt or anything like that. It's relatively nice, if but a little dirty due to like being stuck in here for the past couple of days, not having access to his usual kind of amenities that you normally would. He's looking around. I mean, I've got the clasp, but everybody here has, but we don't outwardly show it. If like
Can I
pulls
have
it
it?
out of his pocket and hands it over, and it is the image of a horse on its like kind of back legs, with a kind of moon as well.
Like a full moon or crescent moon?
Like a full moon. And River, you would know the name of this group through just your general contacts and things like that. It is the Unseen Riders.
And what is their, like, what do I know about them?
So they would deal mostly in like your usual kind of black market, smuggling, drug deals, bootlegging.
So Vander, how did you manage to get out of the building? I mean, they wanted to arrest you. You felt like you were going to be framed for the murder. How did you get out of there? Was anyone there around to help you escape?
It was just me in there, in terms of people from here, but I know that building pretty well, with casing it and trying to get more information and things like that. But they held everyone in the ballroom while they questioned people, and there is a kind of back exit to the ballroom that leads into the kitchens for like servants and things like that to come up with drinks. So I managed to sneak out of there, disguise myself, and head out the servants' exit.
Would that be the best entrance as well, to get unnoticed?
If you're trying to
unnoticed?
If you're trying to go unnoticed, probably. If you're trying to just check out like the balcony in that room, best thing would probably be just to go straight up to that balcony.
And did you say, DM, when he came in, did you say what his race was? Is he human? Is he elven?
He was elven.
Elf? Elven, okay. Okay. Is he really an elf?
Well, I mean, you can insight or perception check or anything like that if you want, but he does have like big, long, pointy ears.
Well, yeah, but I can have real long pointy ears too. He said he disguised himself, so.
Yeah, disguised himself
How did you
as.
disguise yourself to sneak out? How did you disguise yourself?
Well, there's down there, servants' quarters are underneath, so I managed to go down to servants' quarters and then head out their exit. So I stole some of their clothes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Checking. No.
Sometimes his disguises are the best ones. No one
I mean, he's a
questions the
fucking guy who
servants.
works in blackmail. Yeah. Not saying every rumor about my people is wrong. say we
Let's do this.
take it on, see what we can find out.
Mika is just kind of quiet there at the back. Just like, okay.
She's asleep. Let's not lie.
We'll just like, I'll just quietly just like drag her. Like, just be like, wait, come on, you.
I kind of feel like we should get some kind of backpack for her. You know?
I know.
You know, I'm strong enough. We could just, put its back on you, a fanny pack. Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of the kind of baby Bjorns.
Like carrying Yoda.
Nothing for her. No, Mika.
A little Mika bag.
You're strong enough too. We can set off. Sure. You know? Then we can just set her down if we're going into battle. Yeah. So she'll do that classic thing that she does where she wakes up and then like does acid and shit and then goes back to sleep. Well, you can do it. She's on the back. You just do it over her shoulder. Right? Just and then go back to napping. Just duck your head a little. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Rhea's just looking at you all like, the fuck, who the hell are these people?
We're called a family and we're dysfunctional.
I turn back, as everyone leaves, I turn back around and just go over it, and I look at him and I say, if you screw us, we will be back. And I walk away.
I mean,
Okay.
we're kind of screwing her retarded here because she is pretty.
Because not only are we
never know.
as fuck, we're all so horny, apparently.
Clearly.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so you all head back out of the warehouse. To...
Well, that went well.
We obviously asked for directions
Yeah,
to this house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
That was in the site. We didn't film that scene.
So, as we're walking and talking,
mhm.
Dude.
I seem to recall the other day when we were looking at the job board,
Mm-hmm.
there was something on there about this. There was someone to talk to if there was information about this party.
About what?
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to remember. Isn't that when we landed in New? No, we just made note of it but didn't know anything, so we ignored it.
Mm.
On the job postings. On the job postings, there was a thing. That was after that. Yeah, they were looking for witnesses from her party. Do we maybe want to find out who it says on that job, if that job board thing is still up, and see who it says to talk to?
See if there's anything to find
That's
out.
what we know who we're going to be working parallel to, so we don't. I mean, should we introduce to these people so that maybe we could be upfront about it? I mean, we could be upfront about it, and I think we'd have an easier time investigating the situation if we're upfront with like, hey, we're some travelers, we know some shit. We've got some private. We're private. Oh, nice.
We tell the truth that we have to tell.
So yeah, just as much as we have to tell, obviously, because
Yeah,
I mean,
let's go look at the board.
if we like made up a fictitious detective agency of sorts.
Pretty cool. I like
Really
that.
good one. I can't remember. I came across it on my travels. Something not the something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly.
yeah.
But they're not here, so
Right?
You three.
Anywho.
So are you heading back towards the job board then by the temple area?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm.
heading back
Let's make
over
us
there.
business cards. I am a painter.
No. I think they should make some unofficial cards. Yes.
So that we can hand it to our travelers and say, we can sort out some clues for you.
Yes. I like
Blue's
it.
Clues style.
what is our detective name? Band of Misfits.
Heading back over towards the temple area, it's probably close to like say about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning now. By the time you'd woken up, you'd headed over towards the warehouse, had your discussion there, and headed back towards the temple area. Looking at the job board, the sign is still up there asking for witnesses, and the sign itself, now that you have a closer look at it, it does have a wax seal in the bottom of it with Chief Guardsman Tumal written there.
Fancy.
Tumal.
So,
T-A-M-A-L?
T-U-M-A-L. Tumal.
Tumal.
I like that I just had to look to see what the date was, even though, like, yeah, anyway, keep going.
Tumal.
Even though it's, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Where do we find this dude? Person. Individual. Chief.
I think there's a guard station. Isn't there a guard station near this? Or guards usually around where this board is? I think somewhere up towards the front of the entrance of the city.
Yeah, there's a kind of...
right around the temple, too. Isn't there?
Yeah,
guards around the temple?
At the temple, there's kind of like, just like your usual kind of like street policeman kind of thing. That are there like directing the kind of traffic, keeping an overview of this area. There is some barracks where the guards stay, as well as some offices more towards the walls of the city at one of the main entrances. So you could check there if you wanted to have a word with him. Or
I think we should. I'm gonna holler just to one of the guards directing traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Oi! Question. Do you know where we might find Chief Guardsman Tumal to talk to? Do you know where he's at?
Last I heard, he was up at Old Lady Asta's.
Oh, he's at the house. Old lady, oh. Okay.
Old lady? Not very nice.
Mick, is that his old lady? No, Lady asked us who we're... Oh, that's right.
They could be hooking up. We don't know.
Dragon brains, man.
I have fun.
You're handsome and lovely. Oh, thank you.
You guys are so frozen, and it's not. Yeah.
You're not frozen for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
None of you are frozen for me.
Same.
I feel like I should set up an alms box over here by the temple somehow, but that might be a conflict of interest.
Alright.
Are we going into the temple or not? No.
I don't think so. I might just drop an alms box outside, though.
Let's just head to the house.
Yeah, right, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's lead the way, River.
Okay.
So
Oh, we need to find out directions to the house. I don't think we ever did that.
Yeah, we got directions.
Yep,
Right.
we did.
Sorry, I've been meditating everywhere we go. You just don't notice.
Like sleepwalking?
It's on a different plane.
So you were told by Raia to look out up in the old town, up in the circle, which is up by the castle, for a white stone house with two wings that jut out from the front of the entrance, with a kind of tiled roof. Looks like an almost like terracotta tile roof.
Nice.
Can we see a balcony from where we are? It's at the back of the establishment, yes?
Yeah. The balcony is out towards the back there.
Well, we'll just head up to the front door then.
Wait, just in case to hedge our bets, just in case, maybe they don't want our help, can anyone turn into like a bird or anything and maybe do like a fly around and check the grounds?
Sure, I guess I can. Yep. Cool.
Awesome.
Right, okay, that's one of my spell slots used up then. I'm going to turn into, something that's like pretty, it's like a little like wren or something would be nice.
A chicken? What?
Like a sea-
No, a wren. No, not a chicken. No.
You're not gonna get very high on the numbers, so
I mean, I know
I
chicken
can
a
I'll
bit.
show you what a wren looks like on my phone.
what is it, a wren?
A little wren.
Small bird.
A little tiny little bird.
Little
Like-
songbird.
Yeah.
Itty bitty little thing. Like a finch.
This is the bird. I oh gosh, that's bright.
That's just a big white box.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the bird.
Yeah.
Aww.
Something very small and cute, and I'm gonna turn into that.
Okay.
What am I looking for again, River?
Just
How many guards? Like, what's the easiest way to get to the back of the balcony?
Okay.
Yeah.
any trellises back there so they can rappel up.
Okay. So will I have to roll an investigation check when I'm in bird form, or like
Yeah.
how does that work? Like,
You would
yeah,
use
I'll have
the-
to
use the bird sense.
Are you using polymorph or B shape though?
Yeah.
If you're using B shape, you get to keep some of your smarts, as opposed to
True.
polymorph where you turn stupid. Is that how it's
Yeah.
I
designed?
don't know if you have polymorph yet, so it would need to be B shape.
don't have polymorph yet. I will literally just be a bird.
To B shape.
Because I am right about that.
retain any information anyway.
I am right about that though, right? That as B shape, you actually like are smarter,
I
right?
think so.
I
Like,
resist the sudden urge to chase the bird.
just bring those over here. Bring all of those things over here.
I mean, how dumb am I as a bird? Like, and
Just be an eagle.
surely I'd be able to see and remember what I saw.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
check something here.
That is something that's like, it baffles me. Like, would I? But then again,
I
in
need to
another
check something
campaign,
to see if you can
one
turn
of my
into a bird just now.
teammates transformed into a. Well, what animal was it? And I don't think he knew who we were. It was really weird. So I was like, oh gosh, don't attack us, please.
I just want you to know that Christy Mewis has entered the game, and it makes me very happy. Continue.
Okay, I need to check
Okay.
first of all to make sure that you can turn into a bird at the moment.
Wait, what?
What?
I can turn into anything that I have seen.
Yeah, we're not like
I
real
think
close to the
so,
house.
I'm
We're
just
not like
double
up in
checking.
their room.
It's like, are we in their room?
Yeah.
We're like casually like a corner away. Like we look like lost tourists. We're not drawing attention to us. If we found some really smart
Yeah, you're fine.
we got a map out, we're like, no, maybe we should go
Okay.
here.
So I can turn into a bird and know where we are.
Yeah.
No. Yes, okay, that's
let
fine.
me-
Okay, so I transform into a little wren and I flutter up.
Yeah.
And I kind of hop onto the balcony.
Since we're kind of hiding, in order for this to happen, I am also going to shapeshift. Because just being a changeling walking around draws a lot of attention, so I'm just kind of a blonde human male, nothing all that interesting.
Okay.
Pretty basic.
Tad. You can call me Tadlington.
Like a basic
What now?
man.
You Paddington?
Oh, making a Chad joke.
Because of
Happens like that. Yeah, just
I'm
average.
flutter. I hop onto the balcony and I have a wee look around.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna fly a bit higher.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look,
The windows open.
just like
Make
hovering, fluttering.
Make a perception
I need-
check.
Oh gosh. Oh good. Perception is +3, so it's good.
No.
A 19
19.
for
Okay.
perception. Yeah.
Nice.
So flying up there, you do see that there are 2 guards stationed at the main door. There's also 2 guards stationed a little bit further down at the main gate. Someone scored. There's also some guards walking the perimeter, one going clockwise, one going anti-clockwise, in shifts
Okay.
of like 2, so there's always 2 going around, but they're staggered. So there's like one at
Okay.
12 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock, one at 6, one at 9 o'clock. They're all just like kind of going, and then they kind of meet in the middle, and then swap over and go back round that way.
Okay.
There is
No,
some guards posted at the
that's where the murder.
kind of, there's like a wooded area. There's like kind of 2 guards posted, one at one end of the woods, one at the other end of the woods, just at the very back of the property.
Okay.
And there's 1 guard on the balcony.
Okay.
So that's a total of 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So it's pretty well guarded.
I'm gonna fly back down, and I'm gonna land on Torin's shoulder. I'll be like,
Yep. Oh, I hope you found out some good information.
and then after that I hop back down, and then I morph
Can
back
you
into
speak with animals,
right.
Torin?
What?
If you're tweeting in bird form, someone's going to need to be able to speak with animals to be able to understand what you're saying, or you're going to have to come out of your beast shape.
Oh no, I
Really,
just
this
tweeted. I didn't say anything. I was just
An
tweeting.
actual, transference of information. It was just like a little, hello,
Okay.
as a bird. It is.
Okay.
And then I hop down, and then I go back into my elf
Okay.
appearance. So guys, we have about 11 guards. They're pretty much everywhere. They're at 12 o'clock, they're at 3 o'clock.
I mean, I think I could take him out.
We could do this. I mean, we've taken on a pit together, we've taken on, like, so many things together, everyone. Like,
I got
this.
I'm just saying, maybe fighting all the guards is not our best course of action. Certainly not planning. I would just approach one of the guards and say, we have some information. You don't have any information. Well,
I think we'll leave the talking up to you guys.
I'm just
Talking
saying.
is not my strong point.
Me neither.
I mean, I'm down to discuss. Yeah, I don't like. We possibly have some information to help. That we are adventurers and travelers, but we also help people solve problems and investigation, and we may have connections that her guards aren't capable of having. Do you think we could double dip on getting paid for this? Yeah, I think you're right. If we work this right, we might be able to double dip on getting paid for solving this crime. If by chance they don't want anything to do with us, maybe perhaps myself or one other person approach them while everyone else hangs back and see if we can have this conversation, start a dialogue with them, see if we can get in that way. If they refuse us, now we've got, we had the bird's eye view of the surroundings, and literally folks who are inclined to be able to change. All 3 of you, or 2 of you can change. 3 of you can change. 1 of you is
guys can, I think.
Oh, that's right. So you can too. So I feel like you guys would have better luck getting in than big ol' me. Okay.
Just for the record, like, it's got to be pretty hard to disguise myself when I have fur everywhere.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. I don't take this the wrong way, Torn. I just need to ask you a question. Sure. What is your charisma? My charisma. Well,
Yeah.
myself is quite charming.
I'm quite charming. As I do have fur. Maybe I have some kind of coal or something that I can wipe on the fur to change, to darken the fur, or something that would
Okay, so we're both pretty good. Yeah, my charisma is 16 plus 3.
Yeah,
What
it's
is your
like
modifier for
a powdered
insight?
charcoal or something like that you can easily rub on.
My modifier for insight.
because otherwise it's this guy's kid's gonna be pointless.
+2 insight.
Because that's wisdom.
Yeah.
You're the one that chose it.
My persuasion is +5, and mine's +4. So we are definitely the ones who
win. It's a win.
Yeah, so
What are we
I think
checking?
Torin and I should go talk to the guards.
I mean, my persuasion and insight is pretty high. My persuasion is +5.
Yeah, and my persuasion is +4. My perception and insight are both also +4. So
My persuasion is -1, so no thanks.
1, so it's fine.
So I think, So I think that you and I should go.
Let's go talk with the guards. You know,
Yeah.
you know, Keith and I are just gonna sit here and
So you guys keep an eye on Mika. I think she's snoring.
I'll transfer the Bjorn over to somebody else.
She's gonna kill us. I love it.
We're gonna, me and River, I'm Leaf. Me and River are gonna just survey the area to make sure, everything's like not like dodgy or anything, just in case
keep an eye.
there's an ambush.
Keep an eye out.
My passive perception is 15, so.
On a side note, I imagine the Bjorn being hand crocheted.
Just for flavor. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna walk up. Just kind of walk toward the front door, like it's the whole walk with confidence, and people don't question you so much.
Yeah.
So
we walk on ahead.
we're just gonna walk up toward the entrance where they're. Oh, Papa! Hi.
Doggo.
And look for the whatever guard might be at the front of the house there.
And say greetings. Good afternoon.
Okay. So before you get up to the ones that are at the main door, there is the 2 guards that are at the front gate to contend with.
Yes.
Yep.
So walking up to them first, they are both just standing there, hands on the swords at their sides, just keeping watch. Like they've been looking at you all as you approach, and they just go, "Who
I
goes?"
feel
there?"
like Leaf
State your
and
business.
I think they'd be back a little ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
I imagine it's
chilling.
like kind of kind of bench area, because
Yeah.
it's like the kind of well-to-do, posh, rich people area. They'd have like little benches and like trees and planters and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just sharpening our tools and everything and our weapons.
I took out an apple from my pocket and then just like. chilling.
So,
The guards.
Afternoon. We're actually looking for Chief Guardsman Tamal if he's available. We might have some information. We saw the posting on the board by the temple, and we may have some information, or at least some assistance if you know where he is. We'd love to chat with him. Maybe he can meet us out here. We could go in, whatever works for you.
The one on the left kind of looks to the one at right and goes, "Told you that notice would come in handy." And he says, "Follow me, I'll take you in." And he escorts you up, leaving the other guard there.
You can call us in, or
No, we're just. I think it fewer number. I think we'll just. I mean, if you really want to come in, but yeah, okay. I didn't think so. So no, we're gonna go split the party. Woohoo!
I think that's invites to the party.
So we're gonna follow them up.
we discussed that before this, though.
Yeah.
We're like, we got this because we're really good at all that. So,
Slow rewind.
well, I'm going to take out my book and read.
Okay.
all right.
Well, so we'll see
Alright,
how
so
long
we're
it takes
going
as to how much reading you get. So heading up towards the door, the guard's kind of in front, leading you up, nods to the other 2 guards, and they kind of like step aside and open the door for you to go in. Inside the main foyer area, let me just load up my picture of this. It's very ornate. So the white stone from outside is not brought inside. It's almost got like a white wood paneling on the inside. And it's got right in front of you this big massive like marble staircase leading straight up, and then it kind of separates off to the side and then continues up and round. At the sides of each of these staircase entry points, there's 2 large statues. One appears to be in the visage of what was his name again? The one is in the visage of Una, which is the goddess that's also in the main temple that you've seen her there as well. And there is also one that you don't quite recognise. You've seen like visages of this god in smaller form, but they always look kind of warped and disturbed. But there is a slight likeness to the god Adar, the god of life and love. So each of these flank this staircase. As you walk in, there's a big massive rug there in front of you as well. And it splits off into like kind of 4 corridors, 2 on each side. They take you up, round to the right, down a marble corridor there. And then there's a door to the left hand side of you. Big massive wooden doors that are very ornate, and they take you straight in through those doors. And inside of there you enter a massive ballroom area. There's got like a stage off in the corner that's got a big grand piano at it, and it's got like some seats that you imagine just haven't been cleaned up yet with everything that has been going on. There is some tables set around, still got glasses and things like that on them, because with everything that's happened, servants haven't really been able to come in, with it being like an active crime scene as it were. And inside of there you do see, sitting down at one of the tables that has been cleared off, a Goliath who has no hair on the top of his head, got a kind of greyish skin, and his head is completely blank of anything. No hair, no tattoos, no anything like that. His arms are also bare, there's no tattoos or anything like that there either, and he is wearing like full armour. And he looks up as the guard comes in. Guard tells you to wait at the door, and he walks off towards this Goliath and whispers in his ear. He stands up and comes over towards you. The guard leaves behind you, and the Goliath ushers you in. I hear you wanted to see me. Chief Guardsman Tamal here. You have
hi, Tamal.
information.
I'm sorry, sir. Could you repeat yourself?
I hear that you wanted to speak with me. Chief Guardsman Tamal kind of puts his hand out to shake your hands, and he says, Guard said you've got some information for us that might help.
We might. We might also, in addition to information, we were wondering, we'd also like to maybe offer some assistance. We have heard that there are a couple of maybe viable suspects in the incident that happened here. And as people, we're just, at least for myself, I have an interest in justice being done and finding the right person, not just the convenient target. And we would like to offer some help in the investigation if you would like it. I know resources are always thin. We have time and skills, and we've heard a little bit about the incident, and we're here to see if we can help in any capacity. Torn, by the way, nice to meet you, sir. Yeah, I think that we do have some good information and a willingness to help. We did see the job, posting for help. So tell us what we can do for you. We're at your disposal.
Roll a persuasion check.
With advantage, because we're both super smooth.
You can either roll separately, or one of you can roll with advantage, seeing as you're both kind of providing services here and trying to offer them out to him.
Jesus Christ.
We both had shit rolls.
Fucking one! Fucking one.
I rolled a 5.
No.
This goes badly, so I can see.
With persuasion, plus 5, I have 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
we
better
rolled
than. That's definitely better. He looks
Should have just
at
given
you.
you advantage. Sorry. What kind of sun?
He looks
What
at you
kind of-
both and kind of runs his hand over his head and kind of like almost like massages his head a little bit, his bald head, and is like, any help right now would be great. These guys are absolutely useless. There's no one else here who's like able to investigate this sort of stuff, and they're all baffled by what they're seeing upstairs.
Okay.
We have 3 other in our party waiting outside, and they actually collectively have a lot of information and investigative skills as well. Would it be possible for you to get one of your guards to go out and bring them in, please?
They're just sitting up the block. We didn't want to overwhelm when we got here.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of tugs on his ear a little bit and says, "There's 3 more, bring them in."
Earrings.
Well, that was happening. I look at Leaf and close my book, and I say, "So, if we had this detective agency, what do you think our name should be?" I was thinking maybe like Puss in Boots, or what?
Dumbs and guns.
Ooh,
Because we're dumb and we have guns.
I have none. It's fine. What about No.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say that one.
Ooh, say it.
Yeah, that's the one you have to say, right?
What about? I don't know. I can't think of anything good.
Maybe we'll think of it when we like go on this venture. Maybe it'll just like come to us, spring upon us.
Hmm.
Oh, the guard's
What?
coming.
Oh. Good, because I was about to go do something real dumb.
Me too, probably. I was gonna say let's do an ambush ourselves, but
I was gonna say, let's see if we can find a back entrance.
yeah.
Love those back entrances, you know?
Oh, okay. They're approaching us. Oh, okay. Act cool. Act like we're actually professionals.
Put my book away.
Oh, huh.
Anyway,
He
what?
says like kind of
Hi,
dozing on and off
guard.
a little bit. The guard comes out. You're needed up there.
Oh, okay. Well, either something really good's happened or something really bad's happened to the team, so we'll just have to find out.
Oh,
Okay,
and
so lead the way.
I handed it to him. I was like, I don't know if you have a guard here.
Using the guard as the trash man.
He leaves,
I'm just like, good
Looks
sir,
at
lead
us
the
like-
way then.
shakes his head, but looks around. He's like, "Where?" Looks around. No, he just holds it and carries it in his other hand with one hand on his sword, carrying this apple core, and leads the 3 of you up into the house and into the ballroom area.
Mika, I have to like lift her up and I'm just like holding her like this. Gosh, she sleeps all the time.
So you all are now gathered in this ballroom area, and he says,
Okay. Wow, this would be a nice place to have a ball.
Really quickly,
"Yes."
before they catch up, I just want to ask, Jamal, this is not our primary motivation, but just out of curiosity, are you offering monetary compensation if we solve this crime?
Well, it's not me that would offer it. It would be Lady Asta. It's her home. It's her family.
Is she here, or is she
She's
left after the incident, or?
She's taking up lodgings at the castle for the time being, anyway. At the Queen's request.
I'm sure that she's very busy, but do you think we could schedule a meeting with her? I think it would be important to talk to her just in case. I mean, we'll be obviously understanding with everything she's been through, but I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't talk to her.
I can pass along your regards and request and see if she's able to schedule it in.
Okay. We're staying at the Singing Dragon. If they need to leave a message for us, we'll get it there. That's where we're staying in town.
Also, I feel like if you could just, maybe if you could persuade her at all to talk with us while we're here, and get some other information from her while we're here, it kind of would make sense. And
yeah, I can't imagine we'd be able to solve this without having at least one conversation with her.
I can pass it along.
Anyway,
here comes the rest of our
here come our associates.
Yes.
And then I just kind of throw Mika on the ground. Oh, she's fine. She's cool. She's still sleeping. Wow. What a woman.
Seriously, narcolepsy.
Yeah, narcolepsy is a horrible deal.
Looks like it.
But when she's on. I can attest to that. Anyhow, so we get them up to speed real quick and introduce them to Tamal.
Shakes his hand.
So what's up, Tamal?
I think we should check the crime scene.
I think first step is to...
That's really heavy. We're going right into it.
If you
I
show me
can't
up, I'll show you why it's got us all on edge and why we're all stumped a little bit.
Alright.
Does anyone have a magnifying glass?
I don't know what they do in my kit.
No.
Old deerstalker hat, maybe?
I mean, maybe you could find one around. I mean, Vera could probably find one.
Well, he looks at you all as you're talking about this and is like, where I'm going to show you.
And randomly, I just shout out, "Pussy bandits." What?
I'm making a note of that.
Go.
Is the Thieves Guild kind of going in here?
No, it's a potential name for the detective agency, though Pussy Investigators would probably be a better name.
We get in and out without anyone knowing. No.
That's not what we want to accomplish. You usually want them to know you were there.
Gosh.
So good.
And I kind of just roll my eyes and go, I'll put it on the list, and I quickly write down on my scraps of paper in my notebook the names, and we crack on with this case. Come on, let's go.
I want to check out the back entrance with my thieves.
You are obsessed with this back entrance. I walked right into that one. Oh gosh.
Excuse me. We're gonna have to talk about that a little later right now.
He looks at you and is like, can you please just
The
stay
whole
on
time we were
task here?
outside, she was on about rampaging, and I was on about an ambush, but then the guard, let us in, so we thought, must be okay.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure that he was telling the truth, and that's the way he went out.
Okay.
I want to check to see if it would look like there's any clues
Through the quarters. Right.
Imagine
that
that you're
makes sense.
whispering all this at this bit.
What?
I imagine you're whispering all this at this bit.
Yes. Yes.
I'd like to do an investigation check on the stonework and maybe the building infrastructure that we're in to see if I recognize any of it.
Okay.
Are you a mason by trade?
Dunno.
We all have hidden
Mika's
talents.
walking up
That would
behind
be
you
a
and
13
says,
investigation check to see if there's anything going on the wall.
Mika's walking
We all
up
have
beside you
talents.
and says, "This is your area. Leave the stonework to the stonemason."
Yeah, we have one of those.
admiring the architecture in here.
And you can make an investigation check if you'd like. I'm going to run one here for Mika at the exact same time.
Alright, okay.
For checking out the other entrance.
13 for an investigation check to see if there's anything interesting on the wall.
Seconds here. Trying to get to. Oh,
Uh-oh. Oh, we've been reconfigured. No, there we are.
where is it?
Here's Abby.
Sorry, I'm just checking here for Mika's thing.
Oh, she was asleep.
No, she's walking up beside you.
Oh, is she now? Alright, okay.
I mean, you threw her on the ground and didn't
I
pick
thought
her
she was
back
still
up.
asleep. Miraculous.
Now,
So it'd be-
Mika Mouse.
Well, she rolled pretty bad as well anyway. Both of you can just tell that it is white stone
Oh,
that was on the outside and the marble staircase.
Ooh, nice.
It's not exactly something that would be mined or anything like that. In the city itself, you imagine it came from elsewhere.
Okay,
And
cool. That's nice.
with Mika being a stonemason, she kind of just nods and goes, big door, and then kind of walks off.
So I'm gonna look to see if anything was dropped. Any, I don't know, blood, anything that doesn't seem out of the ordinary. Basically, kind of leading through that, what he told us the path was.
Okay.
okay.
So
Are we all following him?
yeah,
We don't have to, I mean, yeah.
Tamal is
We're
leading you all
going
up
to the crime
staircase,
scene though.
and
Yeah, we're headed to the crime scene, so. Okay, I guess we split and we follow Tamal.
Yeah, I'll meet you up there. I want to double and
Yeah, no, that's good.
Good call.
Good call. Good call. We'll see you upstairs. We'll see you upstairs.
okay. So heading upstairs, those of you who are going up, is it everyone apart from River?
Think so, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going.
Okay. So Tamal leads you up the staircase to the left-hand side of the staircase and round. And kind of behind the staircase a little bit through a back corridor there to what looks, when he opens it up, as a study with some like kind of French doors that lead out onto the balcony. The walls are just lined with books of various different topics, like from history to like just kind of fiction books, so like kind of magic, arcana style books as well. But on every single surface of the room, on all the tables that are placed there, on like the kind of sofa as areas, seating areas, there is this very fine layer of blue dust just everywhere in this room.
So, Captain, what's I'm assuming this is what's confusing everyone? This blue dust. What is this?
We've never seen this here in this city. I've reached some feelers out to the capital, but it takes a while for any messages to get there.
So you haven't heard back yet?
Not yet, no. Even with our messengers going top speed, they'll just probably be getting there today.
Is it on the floor as well?
Yeah.
On the books?
Not
Like
on the
but it's on
books.
like essentially every flat
Yeah.
surface.
Yeah, on
I'm
the
gonna get
flat
a
surface.
stick from my.
Can I look around and see if there's any area in particular that looks disturbed, like there was a struggle, in it?
Yeah, you can look around.
To get
Investigation check.
like a stick or something and put a bit of the dust on the stick, the blue stuff, and just like see if I can like smell anything like toxic or anything.
Okay.
What kind of check would that be? Would that be survival?
That would be...
Or
Investigative.
Yeah.
Investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
So my investigation check was an 18 total.
18? Okay. So
Mine's a 5. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
looking around, you do see that there is one area off to the left-hand side of the French doors
Mhm.
where there is more footprints there, but they do lead in towards to that area from the door. And
From the
there's a
entrance door or the balcony door?
Yeah, from the main door that you've entered in from. And there's a large kind of pool of blood in that area where there's no blue powder in that area where the blood is, but everywhere else there is a lot of like blue powder and footprints leading up to it.
Okay, can I stick my finger in the blood and kind of run it between my fingers to see if it has powder in it, like if it feels gritty or anything?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of blood in my life, so I feel like I would know.
I was 15 for investigation to like smell the blue powders or see if it was toxic or anything.
Okay. So putting your finger in and running kind of like between your fingers, it does feel grainy.
Okay.
And there's something that's sharp in there as well. And running your finger across it, you cut your finger on it.
Ow.
Oh no.
That, I'm sure that'll be fine. That's fine.
Looking at that
Everything was
little
not fine.
so there is a tiny little shard of glass.
Can you not just like morph your hand into like a blob and it would just fall out?
That's not how we work.
Oh.
It's a mystery, really.
I'm gonna.
Do you want me to run my investigation check?
We'll get to that in a moment. Once we've dealt with
Okay,
upstairs.
so I'm just gonna take some sort of little empty container that I have in my bag. I'm sure I've got whatever. And I'm gonna scoop some of the blood into it, put the little piece of glass in it, and like stopper it up,
Okay.
put it back.
I think you better rinse that.
Smelling the powder, it does give off like a very faint, like smoky smell to it. But smelling it, it doesn't like make you feel lightheaded or anything like that.
Okay. I would like to set it on fire.
Oh! Let's do that outside, friend.
Maybe on the balcony. Maybe on the
Jamal,
balcony.
like, instantly puts his hand out and stops you and is like, you can't set a fire in here. This is Lady Asta's house.
Oh,
You set
yeah,
this thing
true.
on fire, the full thing is going up.
Oh.
And shakes his
Well,
head.
Balcony.
the marble stairs wouldn't, but it's fine. Well, the blue powder stuff, everyone, it smells smoky. So
I wonder
that's
what...
why I was wondering if I could light it on fire.
Right. I would think that you could go out on the balcony and just do a little quick... I mean, you know.
I've got officially some rocks somewhere. You just go.
I've got strength in my pack, or, you know, I naturally can produce fire as well for you.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. You're coming with me. So I take Torin out to the balcony with this little bit of like powder,
Okay.
and I lay it on the balcony, and we all stand back.
One little
see
tiny
what happens.
flicker.
Yeah.
Kind of blowing one tiny little flicker at it. A little bit of it does catch and gives off this like blue smoke. But
Okay, so it's
it's
like
only just a little small bit of it.
triggering thing.
What would be the point of this substance?
I don't know.
It's like one of those things, like as a distraction thing that like witches do when they go, and then they like drop something on the floor, and then they disappear.
Right.
I have been told that witches do this. From the many witches I have met on my travels.
Nice. I'm gonna scrape a little bit of the blue powder also into a container to take with us.
Wow.
Okay.
So was he in here by himself then? Did anybody see
Is the
the
drug?
I mean, what would be the point of doing that? You wouldn't need to do that when you're attacking someone unless there was somebody in the room that you were trying to run from.
Or you were trying to sneak up on the, like, more to disorient your target. I mean,
What would happen if we tasted? What would happen if we tasted this blue powder?
Do it. You know, if you want to try,
you do it, I'll do it.
I can heal
Okay,
you.
I take a tiny little speck and I put it on my tongue.
Okay.
Do you need to roll a survival?
Constitution.
You are now a Smurf.
Oh no. No, it's because I took too much colloidal silver.
Taking a little tiny taste of it there. Roll a... May as well just roll a constitution check for the hell of it.
Okay. Constitution. Is that a saving throw? Yeah. Constitution
Yeah.
saving throw. Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. That is a 21.
Okay. You managed to take just the tiniest little piece of it, so it's like you're not like full on licking your finger for it. And it does give off a very strong salty taste to it. Like you're kind of used to salt, I imagine that there would be tequila in bars and things like that, or tequila like shots that would require salt. And with your history with the party as scene of drink, that you do enjoy your tipple every so often. You're quite used to the taste of strong, plain, straight up salt.
Captain Simone.
Yes.
Does Lady Esther... That was risky. But you're okay. Does Lady Esther, does she happen to have a alchemist that also resides on the premises?
There's no alchemist that resides here. The main ones would be either in the castle themselves, or... Who's that one that's down near the temple?
Pandora.
Pandora, okay. Maybe we can take this to Pandora. No.
Not that tiefling, no.
I was planning to take it to Pandora.
I was thinking too, but I just want to check.
Gnome one?
Marble floors and shit would probably have their own alchemist.
True. Good question. I just,
You know, it's that little gnome one. What's their name?
Oh, the little, the gnome. I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Just so I checked. Yeah. All right. So can we investigate the balcony doors? Are those damaged at all? Were they?
Also, just because you had said, is there an alchemist who lives here? Would it be possible for you to provide us with a list of everyone who lives here, and maybe a guest list from the party at some point, just so we can, I'm sure you guys have already talked to everyone, but you don't have to tell me right now. But if you could provide us with a list of.
That can be arranged. In terms of the main people who live here, that would be Lady Asta herself. That would have been Ovid and Eamon. They're the main three who live here, apart from the servants, of course.
Okay. Have you come up with any suspects as of yet?
There's this one elf who people saw him with. This Vander. Haven't found him yet though. Still trying to track him down. Seems to just have
he's
disappeared
one of
from
the-
the party, but he was last seen with them.
What kind of elf?
But was he seen with him, like, in the room with him? Like, proximity to the event? Like, what,
Well,
or just the last person anyone saw?
some of the guests saw them going upstairs, and then Vander came back down, Ovid didn't, and then an hour or two later, one of the servants found Ovid upstairs with his throat slit.
That's not good.
Can you give us the name of the servants who found the body?
Yeah, the servant that found the body was it was Pierce, I believe his name was.
Is he here? Is he available?
Little halfling guy. He's in the kitchens, I believe. They're not really doing too much work just now.
Right.
We've told them not to
I
touch
just want to know
anything.
if he's still in the house because he's the next person I'd want to talk to.
Well, I'd also like to talk to Amon. Apparently, he's next in line to take place.
He's also at the castle with Lady Asta on the invitation of the Queen.
Okay.
All right.
And was he here
He was
last night, or during? He was here.
He was at the party also. It's the kind of main party that Lady Asta throws for the nobility each summer for the annual.
Whoa.
Where did I write it down?
So we might be able to question him as well. That'd be good.
Yeah, if we could talk to him and to Lady Asta. One last question before I forget what I was about to say, which I might have already done. Hold on. Thinking.
Is the
Downloading.
Downloading. Accessing file.
annual celebration of Adar. Was a part, the kind of name of the party.
You may or may not be able to tell me. It depends on how much you know about the guest list. Is there anyone on the guest list who, a woman or female presenting individual on the guest list, pale skin, dark hair?
She may have came as a +1. That could be anyone though at this party.
I know it's not a great description. It's not a lot of information. That one was a little bit of a shot in the dark, but I figured it couldn't hurt to ask.
I mean, most of the nobles, pretty much all the nobles, all the councilmen were here. The only royal family member that was here was Geralt, but he was the only one.
And
Prince
Geralt
here.
is the one we've heard. I don't know if you can confirm this. But friends with Ovid, right? They were close.
Yeah, they came up together. Yeah, they became close friends once the Queen and the rest of the royal family moved into their residencies that they're in at the moment.
Okay. All right. That's all I can. I think that gives us a great place to start.
And again, we just love to meet with Lady S. If we could do that, that would be fantastic. I don't know that there's anything else in here that we can collect as far as the crime scene that would help us in any way.
No, I just want to talk to Pierce.
To the balcony, yes, we can go out there and investigate that.
Yep. Not just light shit on fire, but actually go out on the balcony.
Yeah,
We're going to go to the balcony.
We're going out to the balcony.
River's down at the other exit.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me, Torin.
No! 14.
So 2, 4.
Oops. Perception. My perception is so just 14.
Okay. So
Oh, crap.
going over to the kind of French glass doors, or French doors there, opening it up. There's no like kind of breeze or anything like that coming in from the closed doors, and looking at the glass, all the glass is there and accounted for.
Hmm.
So the broken glass that cut my finger is not from the glass doors.
What about the door itself? Has it been damaged in any way? Can you take a look at it?
Yeah, I can take a look.
Investigation check for this one.
Oh my god, the liquid dice is amazing.
That is a... Woohoo! Yeah, it is. Perception. That would be a 23. Woo!
23. Looking at the door, there is no damage to it at all. There is a little bit of the kind of blue powder just like kind of spattered up it a little bit. And there is a kind of silhouette, as it were, that's just blank. It looks as though something was blocking its way.
Okay, so like when they look at like blood spatter on it,
Yeah.
there's a void.
Yes.
There's a void
Exactly, yeah.
shaped like a person, shaped like...
It's got an almost like body-like shape, as if it's facing towards the kind of blood spatter, the blood pool.
Mhm.
So it's like kind of at a side.
Okay. Alright, so there's a human-shaped void here in...
On the door? On the floor?
Right, like, is it on the floor, on the ground? Like, is it where the body would have been laying, or is it...
On like a kind of glass where there's like kind of blue powder that
Oh,
is
okay,
kinda
so it's
spraying
again,
up.
so it's in the door.
Yeah.
Okay,
on
I see what...
against the kind of glass on the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
but so, like, someone would have been standing against the glass when everything went... When whatever the blue powder was exploded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Hmm.
Huh.
Huh. Noted.
Noted.
This is very mysterious.
Well, I think we've probably gained all we can from this room, don't you think?
I think so for now, if we could, servants out of under the bed. This is a library, right?
Yeah, it's like a library study.
But if we could also just make sure that the service, that no one is coming in here until we have this solved, at least for a little while longer, in case we have other questions.
We know that we can touch the blue powder without, like, being, like, burned, being blah, blah, blah. But we just don't want to taste it too much, because obviously I touched, like, teeniest bit, and it was very salty.
So it's not good for your sodium levels.
Right, that'll lead to high blood pressure. I don't want to eat too much of it.
Yeah, and you, yeah. We don't want to set it on fire because it could explode.
I want to, well, and I took some with us so that we can, I want to take one last quick look around at the bookshelves. I'm just curious if there's anywhere on the bookshelf that the powder has been disturbed, like someone took a book out after or moved a book or, you know.
Where was the body found exactly? In
that puddle of blood over by the doors.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they got hit quick.
Yeah.
That's usually where a dead person is, by the pool of blood.
You never know.
Not always.
Not always,
No.
but I know.
But there's no footprints through the blue powder or anything, like it just, that's where the struggle happened.
And what happened to the body? I mean, we didn't get to investigate the body. What actually killed him? Can you tell, Captain?
Well, normally having your throat slit will pretty
Oh,
much
that's
do
right.
it.
Yeah, my perception's horrible.
After
So
that,
I
it
can't
was-
fight over-
Also, for the
Okay.
investigation of the bookshelves, I just rolled a 19, so 21.
21.
Ooh,
Looking around,
nice.
there's no disturbances to any of the books. They're all perfectly lined up straight.
Okay, cool.
Get the idea that this room is used mostly just for presentation. It might not necessarily be used to actually read a lot of the books.
And is there a desk or anything in here, or just the bookshelf?
Just the bookshelf along the walls and the kind of seating area and a few tables.
But no, like, desk where someone might have had papers stashed or anything. Okay.
How high up is the balcony from the
So
ground floor?
You're on the second story just now after going up the stairs.
Okay. So it's going to be at least 10 to 15 feet, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I had a brain fart about how he died for some reason.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now that we're ready for River's investigation,
Right. I mean, do we see any trellis or anything around down there, coming up to the balcony?
oh, that's a good question.
Maybe we could look down around. Do we see anything like on the railing of the balcony?
Looking over the railing, there is. It's not like a balcony that just kind of sticks out and there's nothing else. It's almost like a balcony patio area on top of stonework. So it is kind of like enclosed in, except for this one area, and then there's like a brick wall straight down, which is covered in like ivies and things like that.
So someone with skill could easily have climbed up here.
Well, why don't we go down and meet up with River and see what they've uncovered?
Okay.
I think I'm done here.
Yeah. Where can I find Pierce, actually? Cheated, you know?
He was down in the kitchens.
Okay, let's go to the kitchens and see. I'm gonna head to the kitchen and see what I find here.
Okay, I think this direction River went anyhow was the kitchen. So
There we go.
there we go. On our way.
On our way.
And Captain, if you could please talk with Lady Estra and see if we can make that meeting happen, that'd be fabulous. We appreciate it so much.
We'll certainly try. She is very busy.
And
At the
probably
moment,
also
with
understandably
planning.
upset. I really just don't think that we're gonna make headway without some conversation with her. It doesn't have to be today, but soon.
Plus, it would be nice if we could secure some kind of compensation for our time and efforts.
And, you know, talking with her other son, you know, any of the family we can talk to would I think, make a big difference for us.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
He leads you back downstairs towards the kitchen area where you see River. Where, in the time that you've been upstairs, we'll deal with what River's been doing there.
Perfect, as we wander down.
Okay, so I'm gonna look for anything dropped, anything out of the ordinary. Also, any maybe like hidden, whatever, anything hidden.
Okay. Roll an investigation check then for me.
Investigation. 21.
21? Okay.
Nice.
Looking around just in the general kitchen area and the stairs going down towards the kitchens, you do see that some things have been kicked over. So there is
Like in a hurry.
yeah, so there's like barrels that have been, or baskets that have been kicked, and there's like apples and like cabbages and things like that are just like kind of thrown
Take an
around.
apple.
Okay. Pick an apple up. There's no one round about. Nobody sees you taking it or anything like that. So it's pretty easy for you to do. Going further down in towards the kitchen and towards the kind of back door area, you don't see anything that's been kind of dropped or left or anything like that. But you do see that from the baskets and things like that, everything has just been left in a hurry. So I'm making a quick escape.
Okay, so I head back into the kitchen area.
Okay.
And I start towards where they were.
Okay. So going up there to meet them, you kind of meet halfway.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey there.
What
So,
you doing?
I'll get a download on what we discovered upstairs.
Oh, can I see the blue stuff?
Yeah.
Only if you taste it.
So Tick's hands over the vial to you.
Did you taste it?
Mm-hmm.
Did anything happen?
No, it just tastes like salt.
No. I mean, you might want to rim your margarita with it, but other than that.
So I'm gonna feel it in my hands, and can I run an Arcana check with it?
Woo!
Go for it.
Yeah, I love those.
17.
For Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that you can tell that's kind of magical or anything about it.
But is it chalk-like,
It's,
the texture?
in terms of the texture, it's very grainy, and there's like some powder and things like that in it as well.
So I'll take some, and I'll taste it.
Tastes just as Leaf described. It tastes very salty.
Hmm.
Is it saltpeter?
Can I smell it?
Yeah, smelling it, it's got
Good.
the kind of
I'm trying our
smoky,
best.
smoky smell.
Hmm. Hmm.
What do you think, Drew?
I thought maybe it could be like chalk or something used for spell or something.
Well, and I also found out the hard way that probably the glass was used to slit his throat, or at least there was broken glass shards in the blood, but like no broken glass in the room. So whatever it was got taken.
Do you mind if I go check out the library?
Well, not at all. Could you? Did you discover anything through the back door, through the kitchen, before you head up?
Just looked like someone left in a hurry.
Okay. Which, yeah, kind of. Well, at least that sort of confirms that he probably rushed through there. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Does anyone want to come with me back up to the library?
Wait, who's coming? Me?
No, I said, does anyone want to go with me back up to the library?
I mean, I've just been there.
Do we? Do you want to wait a minute and maybe help me talk with Pierce? Is the servant that found the body? Yeah, around here in the kitchen somewhere. We could talk to him, and maybe we could all go back up. Just a second look is never bad. I mean, my investigation skills are so Rivers.
Well, I want to just see maybe if being as someone I know is pretty good at sneaking into places. Maybe I could see their route of where they would have gone, and maybe libraries have hidden things.
Yep, totally makes sense. 100%. I support it. Do we see a halfling around anywhere?
Not in the main kitchen area, but there is like steps leading down, even further down towards like the kind of servants area.
Yeah, remember we didn't check the bookshelves at all for any kind of passage, did you? That's what. Well, I checked to see if any of the books had been disturbed, and none of them were.
In my room, on my dresser.
I'm pretty certain someone came in to deal with any. Yeah. And I rolled them pretty high. Yeah. Like, I feel confident that no books were if I did a thorough check, but that doesn't mean there's not a secret. It just means that they didn't use it.
Heading upstairs. River, what are you looking for upstairs in the study library area?
Oh, I just want to look over the bookshelves and see if there's any books that I might like or want.
You're thieving. You're not investigating.
I'm furthering my education.
I see. So it's an investigative thief.
So we have.
I also want to see. I just want to take a look around the room, look for any hidden, as a thief, hidden like compartments, things like that.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
And then while this is happening, I'm taking notes like, make sure River knows that our investigation team is not a thief team.
I don't know what I'm doing. You have no clue.
Nope, you're not there. No idea at all.
Knowing you and our passive perception, we've got it figured.
15?
15? Okay. Looking at the books, you pull a couple of them out. They seem like the weight of books, the way that books would feel. But the pages, they look very clean.
Clean?
Yeah.
Like,
Pulling a couple
can I
of...
open it and just see?
Yeah.
Like, something hidden inside that book.
Like just
Mm-hmm.
pulling a random book out, or is there like a kind of area of interest that you wanted to pull a book out for?
Yeah, whatever area seems disturbed, maybe, or like maybe someone else who recently has touched it, or out of place. Maybe a book is sticking out more.
This is happening. I'm just gonna randomly just go up and just go like pulling all the books to see if there's one of those books that moves.
So all the books, they were
Are they
perfectly straight and not like as if they'd not been moved at all. Pulling one of the
What
books
about
out and looking.
Is there any area where the blue dust is heavier or anything?
It's not really made its way too far up onto the books itself. It's kind of more settled towards the ground. Pulling out a random book, you open it up, but all the pages are blank.
And this ink.
It's a freaking fake library.
That's why I wanted to set it on fire.
I pull out a couple different ones from different areas. Are they all blank?
Yep, each and every one of them are blank.
Okay, I just like pull them all out. Like, I chuck them. And
I'm
just
gonna
like,
take one. I'm gonna take one.
Okay. So you managed to take one. You slide one of the books into your
You are
pack.
not
That's fine.
preserving the crime scene. Leave. Hold up. I see what's happening.
You're
I'm
still
thinking to
out
myself,
there. You're
what if we take
you're down in the
dust?
kitchens.
You're not there.
You didn't go. Oh,
You guys are downstairs.
dang it.
Lucas just pulled
no, this one's blank too. No, this one's blank as well.
like those little
I think
puffs
we'll
of
go for at
blue
least. I know you
powder
find
popping
anything.
up, pulling the books out.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
only good
opens
for,
up like
for,
any
for
trap doors.
firewood.
Yeah, there's like no trap doors
Try,
or anything
like-
that open.
Look,
But you look around and there's just a ton of books all over. The blue powder is all completely disturbed now. Like this.
I'm gonna go out towards. I'm just gonna laugh and go out to the balcony
Okay.
and just see. I want to just see if someone were to escape this way. Being as I would also where and how and kind of see if there's anything disturbed, anything on the ground below that looks maybe disturbed. You said there's vines. See if anything
Yeah.
looks loose to play with.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
I wonder what
River? Where'd she go?
17. Wait, investigation?
Yeah,
Investigation. 21.
pretty good. You do see on some of the vines that they're kind of snapped and pulled a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna climb down.
Okay. Make a dex. Yeah, we'll do dexterity. So acrobatics for this one, I guess. I'm just guessing at this. It's just fun to see you roll.
I mean, that seems like what you would roll. Yeah. Acrobatics. Dexterity.
Yeah, it seems right.
It would either, it seems like that or athletics. Either one would
Yeah,
get.
13.
13. Pretty easy to make your way down. The vines there, some of them are really quite sturdy, and there's like kind of one main like central vine that goes up, so it's pretty easy to hold on to it like a rope and lower yourself down.
Is there any of the blue powder down here at all, or down the vines? And can I see if there's any footprints or ground impressions that may lead a certain direction?
When you get down to the base of it, it's like kind of not tiles, it's like slab work, like masonry work that's down there, almost like it's a main kind of patio area as well that just goes around the entire house. So there's like no kind of muddy footprints or anything like that. There's no kind of way to tell what direction any person would have went in.
Hmm.
Did we go around back?
Do I notice that River isn't in the same room as me anymore while I'm like chucking all the books on the floor and just like looking
I
through
start to climb back. I just want to take a quick look and see if there's any anything in any direction that like an exit or somewhere where someone would go. Like in a video game, you know how like it's kind of I need to go this way.
Like R3 for a hint.
Right.
kind of thing.
Like, is there anything that, like, seems like a natural path?
Looking
Let's see.
around, make a perception check.
I'm going to take one of the books and pocket it.
Okay.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay. So looking around on each side, straight in front of you is like kind of the small like kind of wooded area where there are like a couple of guards, and you see the guards kind of walking around in their kind of weird like clockwise, anti-clockwise pattern that Leaf told you about.
I yell
And-
to Leaf, and he said, "Hey, come down here."
She go, and then I'm like, oh, she's over near the balcony. Do. What you doing down there?
I'm checking it out
Check out what?
to see if someone left here. This is their way. If it was this, hate you.
Man, you sure you've not been on the drink today?
Allergies, they're just really getting to me.
Okay. Well, do you need a hand or anything, or where's your rope attached to?
I should put it down. You can do it. Come on.
Okay. I.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check there for me then.
Okay. Acrobatics check. Where's that? Acrobatics. Where are you?
Well, this is fun. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Right.
That is a 12 for acrobatics.
Okay.
D4s are so good.
Lowering yourself down, kind of like almost as if you're like rappelling off the side of it. Your feet kind of slide a little bit as you're going down, but
Okay.
and you kind of slide down the vines a bit. Your
Okay.
hands are like almost as if they've got rope burn, but it's like vine burn.
Oh no.
But you don't fall or anything like that or land on your back.
You good?
You don't.
You good?
Called landing in style.
All right. So here's my thought: is they either entered this way, but being as we saw someone, he said he saw a woman come in with them. More likely, they left this way, and
Maybe it's an affair.
sure.
But they didn't want to be seen.
So, we really need to work on like a way to communicate with our whole party because I would like them to be out here, but like I don't want to have to go all the way inside.
Well, we could just walk around the front and go back into the front door.
Hold on, is there a guard nearby?
There's some guards.
Yeah, as the
that
guards
are
seen all this
overnight,
happen.
And there's a guard kind of at the back
I
door.
call him over, call the guard over. Excuse me, sir. Pardon, sir,
Yo, dude.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Or
kind of walks
Yeah.
over.
we have some friends that are inside. Could you just let them know that we're heading over to those two guards over there near the wooded area for us? That'd be great.
Okay. Looks at you both. Very
And I flip them a silver.
One of them
catchy
looks like a
and
basic
opposite.
white man, and one of them looks like a really hunky, like, dragon.
Okay. I'll make sure to pass along the message.
And could you
Oh,
maybe
thank
put
you.
a little alacrity on it? That'd be great. Thanks. And then I start to walk towards the other guards.
And then I just go, what up? And then, like, follow over.
Finger gun.
Yeah, finger guns, yeah.
Okay.
So we head towards, yeah.
Okay. So
The two guys. Yeah.
head back inside towards the
So we gotta get the
Kitchen
message
and-
head over.
kitchen area there where Tex,
I don't know.
Lauren, and Mika still are.
Oh, yeah. Humans
Yeah.
on track.
Did we find Pierce yet? Did we
So-
find Pierce yet?
So going downstairs towards the kind of servants area, you do see down there is like your general like kind of servants hall, and they're all kind of just down there having an early lunch at the moment. So there are quite a few servants in there. There's some that are half elf, There are some halflings, some humans, just a mix of various different races that are down there at the moment.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Looking for somebody named Pierce.
This like little halfling, elderly kind of man is face is nearly in his bowl of stew, just kind of inhaling it quickly. Looks up, like stew, like kind of on like his beard area. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
What
We don't want to. We won't take up much of your time. We've been asked to help with the investigation of.
If you was wondering if you just come with us, just so that we can ask you a few questions, and then it looks like you're about done with your bowl. And you can bring it with you if you want to. It'd be great if you just could come with us so we could ask a few questions.
Puts his head down, quickly shovels, grabs a napkin that's off the side and just like wipes all his face off, and stands up. All this happens like within the space of like 30 seconds, just shoveling the food down quickly, and comes round the table towards where you are.
Awesome. So we want to do this somewhere a little bit more private. Let's go to the backwoods where the other two guards are, and we'll have a conversation.
Great idea.
All right, let's go.
Doesn't sound like you're trying to kill him at all.
There's 200 guards there, so you'll be fine, sir. You'll be fine. Besides, part of our party's there too, and we want to be able to fully put all the information we can.
Yeah, we don't want to miss any questions that they might have for you.
Exactly. So thank you for coming with us. Appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
And I adjust the baby Bjorn with Mika in it and head up over there.
She's literally gonna kill us. I think. Yeah. What we've done to Mika.
Yeah.
The humiliation.
Yeah. It kind of gets stuck on my chainmail every now and again. It's a little. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so you
Alright.
you like
Escort
escort
outside.
Pierce. This halfling man has got like kind of long, like neatly kind of trimmed beard that kind of comes down into like a little kind of like spike area, I guess.
Triangle.
Yeah, triangle. And he's got like his hair's kind of slicked back, and he's got like a big kind of like pot belly.
Aw. I love him already.
And he follows you out towards the wood area, escorting him.
I'll slow down my gait a little bit.
Dead man walking.
Alright. I'll look ahead and there they are. They're
You
here.
got the message.
Hey, alright, coming. Alright.
I look at them and just go, we really need to find a communication something.
Device, something,
Yeah.
right? I agree. So this is Pierce.
Hello, Pierce.
Okay.
He's the one who found the body,
The deceased.
the deceased. And so we wanted to
So
just.
we're gonna kill him?
No,
Take a few steps back at this point.
As you can see, two of your own guards are here.
Right over there. It's fine.
It's
We
fine.
just want to ask you a couple questions about what you saw.
I start
That's all.
towards both of them, like very, very weary and being very careful and cautious. After Rivers just asked, "Are we going to kill him?"
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's just. It's actually just.
So, Pierce, if you could give us a retelling of your accounts of the night, that'd be fantastic. How you came, why you came up, and how you saw the scene, if you wouldn't mind retelling.
And that's where we're going to end.
Oh,
There we go.
no. Oh, that was great. That was great fun.